All right, welcome back to the shop. I'm just out here tinkering around a little bit. Ricardo isn't feeling well, so he's not coming in today, but that's okay. We got a lot done. Right now I'm working on a coolant system swirl tank. Gonna make a swirl tank. Basically, don't pay attention to this. This is just here temporary. This will be a bin. I just got this for placement reasons, but I made a swirl tank out of PVC just for, you know, measurements and everything. And I'm gonna get that put in there. I'm gonna try it out. I've used them on circle track cars before and they work pretty good. And we're gonna try it on this. Basically the theory is coolant comes from the engine block, goes into the top of the swirl tank, and it creates a vortex and spins the air out of the coolant before it goes into the radiator. And you know, the theory is to not have any airlocks. It evacuates all the air. We got the new fans mounted and they work out pretty good. The transmission diffuser will go there, and I'll probably put a couple of trans coolers back here also. I want to keep the transmission temperatures as low as possible because this truck is considerably heavier than our other one, and we're going to be running bigger tires, so I want to make sure that transmission stays right around the 160 range. Ricardo is working on the light bar, getting the light bar mounts. We took the roof off and he finished welded all the roof mounts, and he's going to get the light bar in. You guys saw the power steering and the front portion of the coolant tubes. The battery boxes are all done. Yeah, he's getting the rear end all figured out. I'm waiting on exhaust parts to come, tubing and stuff, so I can get the exhaust routed. I want to do that before I put those trans coolers up there because I want to see where the pipes are going to be located. And then also waiting on rotors for the brakes, so we can get the calipers mounted, the axles in, and the third member, and we can start weighing all these components for our unsprung weight, so we can figure out spring rates on our suspension. And I'll probably do a video on that. I'm no pro at it, but I get the general idea. You know, sprung weight, unsprung weight, and center, you know, pivot centers and all that stuff. So yeah, that's where we're at. So we're moving along pretty darn rapid. The chassis is almost completely tabbed out. We're gonna start mounting things in brackets, spare drive line holder, spare alternator holder, starter, power steering pumps, all those little things that we need. And then I'll start fabbing on, probably here in the next couple of weeks, I'll start fabbing on the fuel cell and get it shipped out for a bladder and the spare tire mounts. Yeah, so everything up front is pretty much done. There's a few things I need to finish weld and button up as far as like console, and then tab it out for sheet metal, and I'll start working on sheet metal and insulation and stuff in there. Yeah, but we're getting there. It's all that small, tedious, time-consuming little stuff, and you know, we're slowly checking stuff off the list, so we're getting there. So anyway, yeah, I'll get some footage of building the swirl tank. It's kind of experimental. We'll see how it goes. I've never built one before, but it's a pretty simple concept, and yeah, we'll give it a shot. Why not?
I don't know. We gotta see how the roof lays out, and then we'll do that.
Oh, I did it the wrong way.